What's up, guys and girls? Yes, I had to, address everyone. Address everyone in the room.
Okay, so you're being politically correct now. So hey guys, welcome back.
And you are being politically incorrect.
Why? Oh, hey everyone, welcome back.
Everyone, yes, okay. Anyways, Aaron and Surya, who is on the other side here. This is me, Aaron, of course. Welcome to Linkath Kopi.
That's right. So we've got an interesting topic for you today, but before we get to that, let's just take a moment to appreciate that today is Friday. Woo!
Yes, and of all things Friday, TGIF, we're gonna be talking about food.
Oh,
food,
yes,
food.
glorious food.
It's time to channel all that inner foodie in you. And now we're gonna talk about, which one is better? Eating in or eating out?
That's right, guys. The topic today is eating in versus eating out. So, as we go on, maybe you could leave in the comments as to what your preference is. But hey, let's start.
All right.
So, Aaron, which one do you prefer?
In general, or do you have like a context for me?
In general, let's start with general.
Okay. If I were here in Malaysia or let's say in Penang, then I will eat out.
Okay, so you eat out.
Yeah.
Whenever you can.
Yes.
And the reason for that is?
Well, it saves me time because anyway, let's say if I'm working, when I eat lunch rather than in the morning I have to cook and prepare and everything, which will take up some time. I'll just save up the time. When it's lunchtime, I'll just go down, I'll buy something, I'll eat, and then I come back up. Of course, there's the argument that eating out tends to be more expensive. In most cases, yes. But I mean, this works for me because I don't really eat a lot. I eat a very small amount of portion. And of course, the stuff that I eat is very simple, not too crazy or anything. So I tend to save up already on that. So for me, it's fine. I get to save my time. I get to also, eat outside and then I don't have to spend too much. It works for me, but of course, this is only applicable in Malaysia. If I go to like a Western country, I probably can't do that and I so have to eat in. Or at least cook and prepare my meal in advance.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, living in Malaysia, especially in Penang, we're so blessed that food is just around the corner, no matter where you are on the island, and in Malaysia even.
Yeah, compared to most parts of the world, in the more developed countries,
probably not, yeah.
Yeah, I think things over there are much more expensive. Here, at least we still have pretty cheap food. Our economy rice, our mamak foods, our nasi kanda and stuff like that. You have plenty of these.
Okay, so you mentioned that you eat very little, right?
Yeah.
How little is little?
I think
what would suffice a lunch for you?
Okay, from Monday to Friday, usually my lunch would be what? Maybe just a small amount of rice, and then maybe some vegetables, and then an egg.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Oh, okay. So and that causes 4 at the Chap Fan store, right?
For the expensive one, it will be 4 here in Penang. But in most cases, it's within 3 ringgit. But usually these days, I tend to go a bit more aggressive. Rather than rice, vegetable, and egg, what I'll do is maybe just rice and vegetable.
Okay.
And then maybe for dinner time, then I'll have rice and egg, or vice versa. Either lunch, rice and egg, then dinner, rice and vegetables only. That is for the work week.
Okay.
And then the weekends, then I will spend a little bit more. That's fine.
Right. And then what about dinner? Do you cook? I mean, do you eat outside for dinner as well, or?
If I were alone, then yes. I mean, just to give a little bit of context, this is describing me if I were to live alone, if I were to live by myself in Penang. Then yes, this is what my habit will be. But of course, currently that's not the case because currently I live with my family, and my family, they love to cook. They are the opposite of me.
Okay.
So usually when I go out and eat or whatever, they will ask me, are you eating with your colleagues and everything? And then in most cases, if I say no, then they will say, hey, no, it's okay. We can prepare something for you.
Okay.
And then, okay, fine, good. Family likes to prepare food and everything. Nice.
Okay, so you're getting home cooked meals, and you're eating home cooked meals. Okay, so basically you're eating home cooked meals for lunch and dinner now.
Yeah, for the most part, yes, because they insist on it. They find it that no, you don't have to go out and eat and whatnot, especially when you're eating alone or
Right,
whatnot.
right.
Just FYI, the reason why I'm eating alone usually for lunch at work is because Surya here tends to fast for lunch. So yeah.
Yeah, that's me. Sometimes guys. So what I'm trying now is I'm trying intermittent fasting. So that is basically skipping lunch and breakfast and having only one meal a day.
Yeah.
So
with that one meal a day.
Wait. Let's not make this about me.
It's not about you. Going with the topic.
Yeah.
So since you're talking about just one meal a day.
Yeah.
For that one meal, which one would you prefer? I mean, you know what I'll prefer. If let's say I'll prefer to eat out, but of course eating in because I have my family. They want to prepare that for me, which is okay, fine. I'm not gonna say no. I'll take it. Makes life easier for me. Yeah, okay, sure. But for you, would you, if let's say one meal a day and whatnot, would you prefer to eat in or to eat out?
Well, I would. Okay, so when you were telling me about the fact that you were eating home cooked meals, right, for lunch and for dinner, right, that is basically like cooking from home and eating inside home, lah. You're not going anywhere out.
Yeah. The reason why I accept that is because I'm not the one who's preparing it. I'm not using my time.
That's the thing.
My family, they insist. No, it's okay. We will do it for you. We prepare it for you.
Right,
you don't have to waste your time. Yeah, we can save your time as you want to do it anyway. So
that's true though.
Yeah.
But I think that with eating in from home, what it does is that it makes you cook. And when you start to cook, right, you just learn a lot of things lah. Hence why I prefer eating in actually. So because eating in allows me to plan my meals. That's the first thing. Okay, so I get to decide what I want to eat, for breakfast and for lunch and for dinner. Whereas I may not be subjected to, because if I'm outside, maybe I have to go to wherever that's near,
yeah.
Right? Okay, and the other thing is that it keeps me to my grocery list. It makes sure that I plan out what I need to buy from the grocery store.
Yep.
And I get those out, and I don't spend on like if I had more money and if I'm not eating out, then I would probably spend it on snacks or whatnot, right? But since I'm eating at home, I'm using that money to buy snacks. I'm using the money to buy vegetables and fresh produce. So I think that's productive use of my money. And the most important thing is that I'm learning two very valuable skills by cooking at home lah. Number one is I'm learning to manage resources, be it meat or whatever, raw products. And the other thing I'm learning is learning how to manage my money. And the other thing is the final thing is I'm also learning how to cook.
Great.
So like I'm a pretty decent cook, I think. So maybe I should cook for you someday and let you try my my handwork.
Okay, we'll think about it. I'll think about it. It's fine. You have it. Just let me know in advance before you do that. Okay. So we established Surya here prefers.
So I like
cook at home and
yes,
to prepare it at home and eat at home.
Yeah.
Of course, it eats up more of his time
it does,
as a result of that.
It
but
does.
I guess you're fine with that because you want to control what kind of food you want to eat. You want to have a freedom of choice in that.
That's right.
Yeah. For me, I'm not really that concerned with what food is on my plate as long as it's healthy, it's lean, it's normal, like standard rice, vegetable, egg, like that. I don't need to go crazy or I must have pasta or Mexican, Italian
right
every other day. So nah, I'm not that picky on food. For me, food is just like mostly to fill your stomach.
Yeah.
I mean, on the odd days here and there, of course, you want to enjoy a little bit. I'll reserve that for the weekends. But for the work week, for the weekdays, usually it's very simple. It serves to just fill up your stomach. Basic rice, vegetable, eggs like that, or just a sandwich or something. Very simple, very small. So in that way, it works for me. Like it works for you because you want to have control over what kind of food you want to eat. So eating at home, yes, and preparing it yourself is good. For me, I don't want to waste all that time, the half an hour or whatnot and buying all the cooking oil, the rices, the bread, the ingredients, which will take up time, and then I'll have to use up the kitchen and I'll have to clean it up, and then I'll have to have a bigger fridge to store things. So even if I were to live alone, I prefer to keep things much simpler. A very small kitchen, a mini fridge, and then just anything, just go outside and eat.
Yeah, well, I would say that if you're planning to cook at home, it'll only be cost beneficial to you if you do it consistently and over the long time because like what you said, you have to invest in a few things when you want to cook, right? Like
That's right.
Like a fridge, and there has to be gas, and you have to have the utensils, and then the raw ingredients, and then they don't last forever anyway.
Yes. So you have a time limit in it. And then for me, especially if let's say I were to live alone, and then if I were to cook at home, I think it'll probably cost more than me going out to eat based on the portion that I eat, based on the type of things that I choose.
Right.
So it might make more sense for me to go out and eat.
So
save time and save a lot of things. Yeah. Sorry,
Right.
I was interrupting you.
No. So like, how do you? Okay, so like, what constitutes a healthy meal? Like just rice, veggie, and eggs lah.
I mean, for me, healthy for me is just like it's not. Healthy for me is as long as it's not like deep fried. There's not too much just carbo and everything. There's balance, like vegetables, like the green leafy ones. They give you some protein, some iron, and then the egg is the one that's really the protein type. So in a way, I don't spend too much on eating meat all the time, but I still have my protein from the egg itself. And then the vegetable is like it provides you the iron, the other nutrients that the vegetable gives you, and then the rice is basically the carbs.
Right.
And I don't need that much because our work is mostly in an office. We don't need too much carbohydrates or too much calories. We're not doing manual labor and anything. But if we do, then it's a different story. But for me, I don't have to eat too much. I can just eat very lean. In a way, also when my family hears about things like this, the way I eat, the portion, they are constantly shocked by it and they can't really accept it. So usually they'll be like, no, don't. Because initially when I'm in I will have an explanation why. Because usually in the past, when I'm here, when I work, and then usually I go out and eat, and I'll really eat like that. And then at a certain point of time, I think when I told my parents about it, my family about it, they were shocked. You eat that little? Are you sure? To them, it's very radical because for them, it's like they either eat a lot and sometimes they overeat. But usually they eat quite a lot. To me, it's a lot. So I'm not used to that anymore. So usually in that case, they'll be like, oh, it's okay. If that's the case, we will cook for you. We'll cook simple, healthy stuff for you. You don't have to go out and eat and whatnot.
Great.
No, family being family, okay. And I don't want to say no and whatnot. Okay, so I'll say, all right, fine. If you want to take the initiative, you want to prepare this stuff and everything. All right, I'll still pay them. I'll pay them for the meals and everything. But they just help to cook it to save me the time. So okay, fair enough. Then that's the only reason why I'm eating food at home. Otherwise, I'll be eating outside because I don't really like to waste my time on that.
Right. I mean, like I wish I had your parents because like the suckiest part of cooking is actually the cleaning that come afterwards. So if someone can do that for me, I'll be grateful. But there's actually a way where you can actually cook at home and still eat healthy and still not break your bank lah. What you can do is you can cook a large portion of meal, like a dinner for one whole week, right? You can just cook it in one sitting. So that's what I do. I cook like chicken, eggs, and veggie for 1 week in one sitting. And then what I do is I keep them in a large Tupperware. So when I get back home, I just, portion the meal out lah. So that way, right, I don't have to, and I don't mind the food because I don't mind the flavor and everything, because I control the taste and whatnot, so it's still delicious. And, it's still cheap. So, if this is one tip lah for our listeners out there, if you want to cook at a really low cost, you cook in large volumes.
Yeah, that's actually what I previously sort of did when I was studying overseas. Back then, I did something like that because it's way too expensive to always eat outside, especially that's a Western country. So the prices are pretty high. So usually, in most cases, I cook at home, and in that case, I always cook. It's the opposite because there, cheap food outside is expensive. It's not cheap like right here in Penang. So I have no choice. So fair enough. And then I will cook at home. I will either cook a huge portion and then I'll put it in the fridge, or usually I will just eat very simple stuff. Like in the past, I would just eat like maybe. I'll have the instant noodles, but I'll cook them with some vegetables, with some boiled eggs and whatnot, and then I'll just eat it like that. Or maybe just like 2 loaves of bread, a slice of burger, and I'll just eat it like that. It's very simple stuff. Very, very simple meals, and then it's easy on my wallet, especially in Western countries. It's considered very, very cheap. And whatnot.
Definitely.
So
I can totally relate to that.
Yeah, so for me, I guess my answer would be, in Penang here, If I were to live alone, yes, I would eat out almost all the time. If I were in a Western country and I'm alone, then most likely I'll be eating in most of the time because different cultures, different lifestyles, different demographics. So unfortunately, the food over there has to be quite pricey. So yeah, that's where I will eat in.
Right.
Yeah, the only reason I'm eating out here because I can get away with it.
Yeah.
I can eat outside and it's still cheap.
Yeah, it's still
why
pretty
not?
cheap.
Yeah.
It's still pretty
so that's
cheap.
the only reason why I'm doing this. Otherwise, yeah, eating in for me.
Well, whatever it is that you choose, guys, just make sure that you're choosing to eat healthy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're eating at home or if you're eating outside. You can still make healthy choices, and like we've both mentioned, you can still eat healthy and you can still eat on a budget. When whichever choice you choose lah, eating outside or eating inside, you can still eat healthy and you can still eat on a budget.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong for it. It just depends on your preference. Like for me, if I think about it also, why do I like to eat out and then save money? Oh, I just want to save time.
Right.
Yeah, I mean
So
that,
it's
and
which
also
one you want, yeah.
and also it's quite nice, to eat outside in an outside environment, something that's not your home.
Especially
so,
when you're with friends,
Yeah, especially that. So it's just a personal preference. There's no right or wrong as long as it doesn't break your budget. It's healthy, and of course, don't overeat. As always, a lot of people tend to do it, especially in the Malaysians.
Yeah.
Us Malaysians, we love to overeat. Well, it's time to sort of, review that habit
we're
of
guilty
ours.
of it also,
You want to eat, sure, but just cut down the portion a little bit. I'm sure you don't have to eat that much when you're working in the office and whatnot. So, yeah, just something to think about.
Something for me to think about as well.
Anything else you'd like to talk about in terms of you eating in habit?
No, I mean I tend to overeat as well, so I have to watch my habits.
So yeah. No, it's good to not eat too much. It's good for your body.
Right,
You don't feel so sleepy and stuffy. You feel just right. You feel energetic as well, actually, because you don't overburden your body. And on that note, it's time to not overburden our body. Go and have lunch. Enjoy the rest of your working hours left, and then as we are recording here, there's still some working hours left.
Yep. So
when you're hearing this, listening this, probably it's already TGIF. You're right. Somewhere in town, drinking, eating, or whatever.
So have fun, guys. The weekends are here, and that's the end of our podcast today. So stay tuned to our content, and if you like what we're doing, give us a like, subscribe to our content, and let us know in the comments if you have any ideas on what we should talk about.
Yes, definitely. Give us an idea, give us some suggestions, it's fine. Especially, like this eating in and eating out topic, we came up with it ourselves. So it's time for the audience, you can give something to us as well. You can let us know. And who knows, we might credit you for suggesting the topic.
Definitely, guys.
Definitely. And eating in and out, remember the topic. And of course, it's sponsored by one and only Hei Huang.
Definitely. Oh, yes. Hei Huang.
Speaking of eating in and eating out, if let's say you really can't cook at home, you really can't eat outside, well, there's that one solution for you, and that is Hei Huang.
Right. So Hei Huang is really simple. They are really nutritious. They're really healthy, and all you have to do is just empty the sachet into your cup, add some hot water, and you've got a cup of nutritional food ready for your meal, for your consumption.
Okay, sponsor time is over, and now it's time to TGIF.
Right. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. TGIF. Friday.